Esau was furious. Jacob, his own twin, had stolen his blessing, tricked their father Isaac into giving it away. Esau wanted revenge. He vowed to kill Jacob. Rebekah, their mother, feared for her son. "Flee," she urged Jacob. "Go to my brother Laban in Haran." So Jacob fled, leaving behind everything he knew. He carried with him only the clothes on his back and the weight of his deception. His heart ached with uncertainty, but he clung to his mother's words, "God be with you." Jacob journeyed for many days, his heart heavy. He arrived in Haran, a stranger in a strange land. There he met Rachel, Laban's daughter, at a well. Rachel was beautiful, her eyes sparkling. Jacob was smitten. He agreed to work for Laban for 7 years in exchange for Rachel's hand in marriage. 7 years seemed like a lifetime, but for Rachel he was willing to wait. Love, he thought, was worth any price. The long-awaited day arrived. Jacob was overjoyed to finally marry Rachel. But Laban, cunning and deceitful, had other plans. Under the veil of night, he tricked Jacob into marrying Leah, Rachel's older sister. Leah was kind, but not the woman Jacob loved. Mourning brought a cruel awakening. Jacob realized he had been deceived. His heart, filled with love for Rachel, now ached with betrayal and despair. Bound by the customs of the time, Jacob found himself married to both Leah and Rachel. Leah yearned for Jacob's love, bearing him son after son. Rachel, beloved but barren, was consumed by jealousy. The sisters' rivalry grew, their tents filled with both the joy of childbirth and the sting of competition. Jacob, caught in the middle, struggled to maintain peace. He loved Rachel deeply, but also cared for Leah and the sons she bore him. Section 5. The fruit of patience, the blessing of children. Years passed, marked by heartache and hope. God saw Rachel's pain and finally granted her the gift of motherhood. She gave birth to Joseph, a son who would become Jacob's favorite. Then, years later, came Benjamin. But Rachel's joy was short-lived. She died, giving birth to her second son. Jacob was devastated. He had loved Rachel from the moment he saw her. Yet in his grief, he saw God's faithfulness. He had been blessed with 12 sons, the future fathers of the 12 tribes of Israel. Section 6. Returning home, facing fears. After many years in Haran, Jacob felt a pull toward home. He gathered his wives, children, and flocks and began the long journey back to Canaan. Fear gnawed at him. Esau, his brother, had vowed to kill him. Would he still hold that grudge after all these years? Jacob sent gifts ahead, hoping to appease his brother. He prayed for protection, remembering God's promise, "I will not leave you nor forsake you." Section 7. Reconciliation and forgiveness, a brother's embrace. The moment arrived. Jacob and Esau met face to face. Time had softened Esau's heart. Instead of anger, he embraced Jacob with tears in his eyes. The brothers wept. Years of bitterness washed away in a flood of forgiveness. God had turned Esau's heart, replacing hatred with love. The past was forgiven, the future filled with hope. Section 8. The birthright regained, a legacy secured. Jacob, once a deceiver, had undergone a transformation. Through trials and tribulations, he had grown in faith. He returned to his homeland a changed man, no longer defined by his past mistakes. He received the birthright not through trickery but through God's grace. His 12 sons would become the fathers of a great nation, fulfilling God's promise to Abraham. Section 9. Through trials to triumph, a testament of faith. Jacob's life is a testament to God's faithfulness. He faced deceit, rivalry, and loss, yet through it all his faith never wavered. He clung to God's promises, even when he didn't understand God's ways. He emerged from the fire of adversity, refined and stronger, a beacon of hope for all who face their own struggles. Jacob's story reminds us that God is with us in every season, working all things together for our good. Section 10. Finding God in the journey. Jacob's journey wasn't easy. It was marked by twists and turns, moments of joy and times of despair. But through it all, he encountered God. He learned that God's plans are always greater than our own. He discovered that even in our darkest moments, God's love shines brightest. Jacob's story encourages us to embrace our own journeys, trusting that God is with us every step of the way. He is working behind the scenes, turning our trials into triumphs and our pain into purpose.